So in this experiment we are going to study beam divergence of laser. So the aim of the experiment is to measure the divergence of diode laser beam. So we have provided a diode laser. We need a pinhole. Pinhole means a small hole in the cardboard. Let's say this is cardboard. At the center there is small hole that is shown here in this figure like this. Okay. So pinhole, then photoresistance. This is your photoresistance. Microammeter. We need actually okay, so microammeter which has range from 0 to 500 microammeter. This is the range of the microammeter. Then we need a DC power supply and optical bench. So first of all I will explain the theory and practical, and at last I will show the photos of actual experiment. So we have a diode laser which is incident on a pinhole. So through this pinhole we will see with this same light will get incident on this photoresistance. So whenever light is incident on photoresistance, there is decrease in the resistance of this photoresistance, and there is flow of current through this circuit, and we can measure that current. So higher the intensity of light that is falling on this photoresistance, you can say lower is the resistance of this photoresistance. So that because of that there will be flow of current, and which we can measure by using this microammeter which has range 0 to 500 microammeter. We have given a formula which is tan theta by 2, which is equal to d2 minus d1 upon capital D2 minus d1. In order to understand this, we will draw a figure like this. Let's say this is the straight line and laser is along this let's say this is the small d2 and this is small d1. This angle is, let's say, theta by 2, and this length is, let's say, this is d1 point, this is d2 point. So if I want to say the divergence or spread of the laser source which is at this point with respect to distance, we have to measure tan of theta by 2, which is equal to d2 minus d1, that is along distance along y-axis, divided by capital D2 minus d1, that is distance along x-axis. If I want to measure theta by 2, it will be tan inverse of d2 minus d1 divided by capital D2 minus capital D1, and theta will be then this 2 into tan inverse of d2 minus d1 upon d2 capital D2 minus small capital D1. So we are going to measure these distances by using this experiment, and finally we will calculate the beam divergence. So what we are going to do, okay, so we have an arrangement where this laser source is falling on, let's say this is pinhole. So from let's say, okay, let's say we have a laser source which is falling on this pinhole, and okay, so if my laser source is at this point, let's say this is point number 1, this is point number 2, this is point number 3, this is point number 4, and this is point number 6. So I will move my laser from left hand side from 1 2 3 4 to 5, and like this way I will move my laser source. So at this point, because no light is passing through the pinhole, I will get zero current, which is positioned somewhere here. If at this point I will start getting small amount of current, then at position 3 I will get maximum current. At position 4 again I'm going to get less current, and at position 5 I'm getting less current. So on y-axis we have microammeter current, and on x-axis I have displacement of the laser source. I can either move laser source or I can move the pinhole arrangement. So I have to make sure that laser is incident from left to right or top to bottom. Okay, like this way. In this experiment we are going to have a left to right arrangement. So similarly, what we will do, we will change the distance d2 minus d1, let's say 80 centimeter, or let's say 90 centimeter, or let's say 100 centimeter, like this way, or 120 centimeter. So we will take approximately 80, 90, 100 or 120 centimeters distances from the source and the pinhole, and in between we will change these distances. And if we change that distance, let's say that distance is changed on the x-axis, and we are getting the d, that is the divergence, on the y-axis. So we will get this you can say peak. And okay, so based on that, if we plot this graph, so we will get a slope of AB divided by BC, and that will be, you can say, the slope of the from that we can get, so this slope is nothing but small d2 minus d1 upon capital D2 minus capital D1. So in order to get this distances D, what we are going to do, we are going to find FWHM, that is full width at half maxima. So let's say this is the maximum intensity. We will divide this maximum intensity by 2, and at these 2 points, 1 and 2, okay, so I'm going to plot two you can say perpendiculars on the x-axis. So between these 2 points I will get the distances. So let's say this distance, so this distance will be your D. Let's say this is D1. Similarly, for a different distance, let's say 80 centimeter, 90 centimeter distance, again I will get D2. For 100 centimeter I am going to get, let's say, D3. Like this way I will get different D1, D2, D3 corresponding to capital D, D1, D2, D3, like this way. So I am going to get this graph. What is the procedure? So connect the diodes in a reverse bias as shown in the figure. That is the first thing. Spot of the laser beam should fall exactly on the photodiode. So here it is wrongly written, that it should be pinhole. And move the laser or photodiode laterally in the direction perpendicular to the length of the optical bench, so that the current increases from zero to the maximum, and then again drops to 0. And fourth step, we can say, record the lateral position of the laser and photodiode for various values of current. And fifth is record the distance of D between the laser and photodiode, and take 3 sets of the readings. So first thing that you have to do, the distance D, let's say it is 80 centimeters. So for 80 centimeters I have to see the lateral displacement, okay, and corresponding current. So lateral displacement, let's say it is 2 centimeter, then current is, let's say it is 2 point, then 2 point, let's say 1 centimeter, then current is, let's say uh, 15 ampere microammeter. So like this way I have to take the distance, these distances are small d, okay, these are small d's, and I'm going to get current. So similarly for, let's say, 90 centimeter, I have to do the same reading. So this distance versus current, I have to take the readings. In observation table, third observation table also I have to take. So finally I have to see small d's and capital D's. So these things I can get it from table, okay. So from table, so let's say I have first graph, okay, this is small d, okay, and I will get a current graph like this. For, let's say, distance between the source and the pinhole, it is 80 centimeters. So for this case I will get, let's say, this is your D1. So corresponding D1, and this is, let's say, 80 centimeters. So D1 distance I will get. Similarly D2, D3 I will get, and from that all the distances I have find out the do the calculations. So plot the graph of you can say current versus lateral displacements. Here lateral displacement means D, and from each graph find the values of the displacement A and B from each so for each current, sorry, what is that, of displacement A and B, for which the current I is maximum, divided by 2. It should be divided by 2. And from each graph find D is equal to B minus A. It should be B minus A, and plot the graph of d versus d, small d versus capital D, and find the slope and calculate the beam divergence by using this formula. Here this formula is wrong. Tan theta by 2, which is equal to d2 minus d1 divided by capital D2 minus d1. This is the formula. So if we know this formula, so you will plot three graphs. So first graph is corresponding to capital D1, let's say it is equal to 80 centimeters. Okay, then you will get such graph corresponding to, similarly second graph corresponding to 90 centimeter, corresponding to, let's say, 100 centimeter. You will get three graphs, and finally you will plot a slope, and from that slope value, or you can get this value by using slope, 2 into tan inverse of slope. Okay, this is the second formula. So by using this formula, if the higher value of theta, that means the higher divergence of the laser beam is there. Okay, so it is expected that laser should travel in a straight line, but it is not the practical case. Laser diverges from the actual path, so it actually diverges, and we have to find this divergence, okay, by using this experiment. So with this, so this is your actual power supply for the beam divergence experiment. Here we are going to provide a small amount of voltage here, and we are getting some current. This ammeter is, this current meter is this current is in amperes. So we need a current meter, which we will connect by using these two knobs. Okay, so this is your microammeter. We are going to connect it externally. So this is actual experiment. So this is the laser light. So from this laser light, which is falling on this is your cardboard. Okay, there is small hole from that side. You can see that small hole, and which is falling on this photoresistance, which is connected at the back. Okay, and you can say from that side, so laser is incident on this small hole, and because of that, we have provided small current voltage, and we are getting some current in this microammeter. So we are going to vary, means we are going to, so this is your cardboard, this is small hole, and let's say this is my laser, which is incident. So sorry, this laser is incident. So we are going to move laser pointer from this point to this point to this point, like this way. In this direction we are going to move and record the current. So if we are moving the laser from left hand side to right hand side, initially we will get zero current, then we will get increase in the current, and then current value will fall, and this is your current in microammeter. Okay, so this is the experiment that we are going to do. So main aim of this experiment to check the divergence of beam, and so you can read more about this experiment in literature also. So with this we will stop. Thank you.